discussing portion sizes, portioning in the food service here at Staffordshire Hospital. You can tell me what these are. These. Yes. Serving spoons. Does anyone know the very cool name for them? They call them spoodles. It's called a spoodle. It's a spoon ladle. How cute is that? Anyway, these are portioning spoons. So, these are incredibly important in our food service. And you're going to tell me why they're very important in our food service. When do we actually use these? Dishing up time. Yes. But, as we know, here at Staffordshire, it's bulk dishing up. So now why would we have these here?
Because we put special bites.
Yes.
And then we can cater for special needs.
Yes. So, they're special. Okay, you see, yeah, I can point. I'm going to point and be like, you tell me what's wrong. Okay, so these spoons are incredibly important, not just for the specials. What these are incredibly important for is the portion control from when we start here. Because over there, once it gets into the wards, it's not in your control. Unfortunately, food service over here at Staffordshire, we don't do the ward rounds. We don't actually serve the patients or the mental health users. So what we need to make sure on our end, all our bases are covered, that our portions here are perfect. So I'm going to read what I found under the food service aid key responsibility areas. I just summarized, I'm not going to read the whole contract, I promise. So we've got the key responsibility areas 1 and key responsibility area 2 that I wanted to highlight. That is to render quality food provisioning services and to ensure proper utilization of the allocated resources and implementation of cost control measures. So what all of that actually just comes down to in this context is we need to ensure that not only do we have good quality food, which I've already seen, but we also need to make sure that they're actually correctly portioned for distribution at the wards. So how these can actually help us with that over here is what we would call an example plate. Okay, I actually very nicely found a plate there. So what ideally we would have is a plate and a scale. And what we need to now do is make sure that we are dishing up. You have your normal menu, you have your diabetes, you have your salt. We all know the food items. We've all been in the kitchen for long. I said you've all been in the kitchen for long. Okay. We need to make sure that what we are providing to the wards is the number that is actually needed. Say now, what was today's lunch? You've got pap? Okay, so, pap. How would you normally dish up the pap? Say now you had to go into the wards and you want to now dish up for the patients, the mental health users. How would you dish it up for them? Exactly. We'll put this up because it's very nice. So this one is 237 versus 250. It's unfortunately this one is also 237. This is the pap spoon. Okay. This is starch. Starches the spoon. Go ahead and have your example plate here. You take your pap. Okay. Now put my pap on. How much does that weigh? We don't know. It could be 50, it could be 70, I don't know. I can't tell you standing here right now. I can tell you it's 250 mils. But now I need that scale there to actually find out how much I've got put on the plate. Only then can I actually make sure I am giving, say Ward 4 needs 20 pap servings. I need to now measure that. Make sure that, okay, I am giving 20 pap servings of 20 spoons. What is easy? Are you going to sit here, okay, 1, 2 times 20. It's going to take forever. We're going to weigh it. So we weighed one portion now. We put it on our plate, we weighed it. That measurement, we can now times by the 20 people that we need to feed. Okay, so then it's 20 times that. Now you can weigh your pan that you put it in. Put it in the pan. Does that make sense? Yes. Can anyone tell me what the meat spoon? So meat, we know if it's chicken, it's one chicken, it's one patty. That one's easy. The stuff that's pre-portioned is fine. But if it's a stew, the red one. The red one is for sauces. Okay? So if we look here, I'm actually going to show around, and it'll be easier maybe. So we'll put this up as well. It is very nicely color coordinated. We've got protein, mince and stews. Is the ivory. They call it ivory, we'll just call it, I don't know, beige. Beige is a better word. So if we see here, and this one's nice. Okay, we'll put these up as well, so then it's always there. It's a nice visual thing. We like colors. People work very well on colors. Okay. I know you've seen already. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, these are all here. Doesn't mean anything. If you don't know why, you've got a very good point there. Thank you. Yes. So, we need to know why. Why do we give this as the pop? Why do we give this as the meat? It's to do with nutrition. We've got patients, we've got mental health care users here. They need to have optimal nutrition, optimal food in them, so that they can actually get better, so that they can feel healthy and be healthy. It's incredibly important. So if we're not giving too little protein, the mental health users aren't going to be able to actually keep up, but they're going to start losing muscle. So this needs to be, it's incredibly important that this is actually done correctly. That's why this is our serving of a starch. You'll see if you put it on the plate, the example plate, it's so nice and clear to see what the portion should be, whether it's puffed rice or whatever it is. It really, really is helpful. That's going to be there. Can everyone see that? I'm already told the table. Okay? Protein is going to be there. Our nice sauce. The sauce. Sauces is usually starch and fat. We all know because you've got your butter, and you put the flour, and you make a roux. See? Fats. Our fats are nice, proper size. The portion sizes. Have you heard of portion sizes that you should eat? Okay. Vegetables. This is for cooked vegetables. That's very important because cooked vegetables, we all know spinach goes from this to this. It's a very big difference. We're not going to give our patients that much spinach cooked because, oh my goodness, I don't know how you can do that. Okay, so that's why we need to do the plate. So now we've got our liver. Okay. Our beef liver. Okay? We had it with pop. Here's our pop. There was vegetables. Say now this is spinach peas. There we go. Our sauce. We're not going to put it on the side, we're going to put it over, but it's for illustrative purposes. There's our sauce. That's our tomato gravy. Do you see now how, if you now weigh this, each one, you weigh the sauce for one portion, you can now very easily take it into the water and say, okay, I need to take the whatever pans, the G pans. I need to put 50 portions of the sauce in there. I'm not going to now dish up 50. I'm going to weigh, okay, one weighs 10. So 50 will weigh 50 times 100, 500 grams. There should be a calculator, there should be a scale. In use here. Why do we want to do this? It's not just for the nutrition. We always got to think business as well. Why would we do this? Why would we make sure that we're actually putting the right number of portions, the right sizes per ward? Yeah. Yes.
If you providing the correct amount, maybe I can, like in your business, you granted the recipe. If you give too much, you give too much.
Exactly. So, whether that means you've now given you had it too much over there, and now either you're making your patients overweight, or they're not eating it, it's being wasted there, or you've got left over here. That's overproduction. That's money down the drain. We also don't want underproduction. That's where our recipes come in. We don't want to now make too little. So now if we see, okay, it weighs 10 grams, but now I don't have enough. Now we know for next time, okay, no, I need to now start making a bit more. It's all about actually knowing what we have versus what we wanted. And from that, you can do so much. You can take what you've got, say there's an issue, you can work on that issue, you can improve it the next month or the next day even. The next time you make, say, beef stew, you go, okay, last time it was 250 grams over. No, that's not okay. What went wrong? How can I actually troubleshoot this? How can I make sure that it fits all the portions that I actually need? Because remember, if there's a loss or there's a gain in our food, whether that's actually down the drain or we're overfeeding, we're doing damage to our system and we're damaging ourselves. And if we use these spoons in our food service unit over here, we know that we are good. We have actually done our job nicely. What goes on there is unfortunately there. It's on them. If they're not portioning, that's unfortunately something we are not responsible for. But we know that we've done the right job. And that is incredibly satisfying. I'm now going to hand over to